welcome back to Taking It Off Topic. I'm your host, Amanda Rankin, and we are in season 2. I am so excited that we're back, I hope that you all had a wonderful summer. I took 2 months off of not posting new episodes with the idea that I was going to be recording and doing all these wonderful things to be prepared for this season, and I did none of those. And I'm okay with that. I went to the Women's Evolve conference at the end of July in Atlanta for the 3rd year in a row. It was amazing. If you haven't went, if you've listened to past episodes and I talk about it, I'm always going to encourage you to go. It'll change your life. It's phenomenal. Pastor Sarah Jakes Roberts does a phenomenal job of just putting the right people at the right time in the right place, and it's amazing. So if you haven't gone, this is my plug. Go if you can get a ticket because they go fast, but it's amazing. So my girlfriends and I, they're like family to me. We went for the 3rd year in a row, and we all left excited. Our cups were full, energized, just excited to see what God's going to do in this next chapter of our lives. So if you haven't went and you can go, you will be blessed. I guarantee it. I hung out, did some stuff with family, did a little bit of traveling with them. And so, no episodes got recorded, to say the least. But I do have things percolating in my head, and I'm excited for what we're going to bring this season. I think it's going to be another season of really great topics that, continue to build the community, continue to provide support and just insight, right? By no means are we experts in anything that we talk about. We're just sharing our lives and our experience with the hope that if you don't have a community of your own, we can be a little community to you, or we can at least provide some insight on how we handle the situation, or some sense of you're not alone in something that you may go through, because oftentimes in life when you go through things, it's easy to put yourself in a silo and just kind of move in that way. If you don't have support, if you don't have a circle, let us be your circle. Welcome to Taking It Off Topic. And we just have real conversations and share our hearts and our experiences. So I'm excited. Some topics that have been percolating. My girlfriend just wrote a book, Butterfly Season by Lakesha. It's on Amazon. It's phenomenal. Check it out. She and I will be discussing her book in an upcoming episode. And so I'm really excited to just dive into that with her. I also want to talk about caregiving and how those who are providing care nowadays are so much younger than one may think. You have tweens and teens and young adults providing care. I know for me wasn't something that I thought about in my 20s, having to provide care to my parents, because I was like, oh, when they get old, of course I will. But while they're in their 50s or their 60s, that's not a thing. But that really is a thing. And so I definitely want to have a conversation with my son, who is in his late 20s, and his sister on their experience being kind of suddenly thrown into a position where they had to be a caretaker for their father. It will provide some insight to those who have children or nieces, nephews, young people, whomever in our lives that may one day have to provide care for us, to get our stuff together so that those hard decisions they don't have to make, right? We can make them for ourselves, and all they have to do is implement. So I think that'll be a really good conversation. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see how it all comes together. It's funny, I thought I would be all prepared and do all these things during the 2 months that I was off. But now, as I record this and I think about it, it's good that I didn't, because it forces me to rely on God to provide, right? In season 1, I recorded 3 episodes kind of in a batch, and then it was God providing all the rest of the conversations and the people. And so in this season, it will be Him providing again. And I need to rely on Him, because when I do it in my strength, of course I can pull it off. But when God puts it together, it glorifies Him, and it has an impact that me doing it on my own does not have. So I'm excited that I didn't do that. I think it's going to be wonderful, and it's going to bless us all. Thank you for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for continuing to support the podcast. Please follow me on Instagram, Taking It Off Topic, as well as on TikTok. I struggle with how to show up on those platforms, because being on social media is very uncomfortable for me. And so I'm working on showing up more consistent on the platform. So bear with me. I do post as far as like when new episodes are coming, or words of encouragement and things like that. But it also kind of just gives you an insight to me. On TikTok, I do go live, not consistently, but I do occasionally pop on there and go live. I'm going to try to do better with that. But again, I'm just trying to figure out how to show up on those things. And so have some grace for your girl. It's coming, or it will get more consistent as I do it, but it is coming. Again, thank you for your support. Thank you for continuing to listen and share. We are 3 downloads away from 500, which to me is amazing. So to some it may not be, but I like that's exciting. So I really, really appreciate y'all. October will be our first full episode, and we'll just go from there. So thank y'all. We're back for season 2. Full episode launches October. Thank you.